Hey everybody, it's Jurdi, your fearless transformation trainer and coach. Today I'm going to be talking to you about integrity. That's right, integrity. So, what is integrity? Notice this wheel right here. What is the first thing that you notice? If you're like me and most other people, you're going to look at it as like, dude, it's missing a spoke right here. What happened here? Right? Yes, that is a lack of integrity. It's not whole, it's not complete, it's not perfect, the wheel is, isn't it? Look at this circle right here. What are you focusing on right off the bat? Dude, what happened here? Right? It's missing. There's a gap. That's where focus goes right off the bat when people look at something that's missing. Why? I don't want to go into it, but it has a lot to do with our schooling and how we brought up. When we got graded when you were a kid, remember what you graded on? That's right. Remember that red check mark? Wrong? Yes. We were graded on what we do wrong, okay? Rather than what we do right. As a result, we get conditioned to look at what's wrong rather than what's right. So in this circle right here, what's wrong with it? It's not complete. In this wheel right here, it's missing a spoke. It's lacking integrity. It's not whole, it's not complete, it's not perfect. That is integrity. Fair? Now, in human beings, which is us, right? Our integrity is represented through our word, right? Through our word. Okay? So that is where our integrity is presented. Now, with that being said, what are the three components of integrity? First, you give your word, right? Then you keep your word. Then you're going to have to honor your word. Okay? So I'm going to explain briefly what each one means. Okay? So when you are being asked to do something, you're at the workplace, your boss asks you to do something, you are in a relationship, your wife, your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend asked you to do something and you said yes. Okay? Someone asked you to come to a party, you said yes. It could be as simple as that, right? You gave your word. Okay? Now, keeping your word is the second component of it, right? Now, you go to the party, you kept your word. You don't go to the party, you broke your word, right? So, and people do that, right? But then comes a third component, which is honoring your word. Because we're human beings, we don't keep our word sometimes, right? It's important to be able to honor our word so that we can restore integrity, okay? So, things happen. We say we're going to do something and we don't do it. And then what happens? We broke integrity. Now it's not perfect, it's not complete. Okay? We broke our word. People are going to look at us as human beings as something is missing. They're going to focus on that. They're going to forget that you're a nice lady or you're a nice guy, you're generous, you're well put together, you're smart. They're going to focus on breaking that word. Oh, you're not reliable. You're not consistent. So why is it important to maintain integrity at all times? Because I know some people who are very smart, they're hardworking people, right? And they're very talented, but they don't maintain integrity. They break the words often. They say they're going to do something and they don't end up doing it. And on top of that, they don't restore the integrity. They don't apologize. They don't complete it. And it's left to time to take care of it, where time heals all wounds, right? You've heard that before. As a result, they lose credibility, they lose trust, they have broken relationships, opportunities don't come their way when there's, let's say, promotions, business opportunities, partnerships. They don't look at them as trustworthy. They cannot maintain their word. That's already been a stigma around them. It's going to follow them, and then they wonder why I'm not getting these opportunities. Why so-and-so they're getting the promotion? Why not me? Okay? Because they don't know that at some point they got into the habit of breaking the words and not honoring the word, meaning they're lacking integrity. On the other hand, I know some folks who are not so much of brilliant or talented or smarter than anyone else. However, they have keen emphasis and keen understanding of integrity. They give the word, they keep the word, and they honor the word. And even when they don't keep the word, they go ahead and they complete that conversation. They honor it, they acknowledge it, and they make it right. Okay? And that takes, yes, courage. Okay, so what is integrity? Integrity is doing what you said you're gonna do by the time that you said you're gonna do it. That's one piece. Another piece would be doing what you said you're gonna do by the time that you're gonna said you're gonna do it, the way it is expected to be done. Okay? So that is important. And if you're not aware, if you don't know how it's supposed to be done, that's when you're gonna be asking, hey, what is expected of me to do? How is it expected of me to do this specific task? Or what are you expecting from me exactly? What are the outcomes and the results that you're looking for that I would deliver? Okay? Also, a third piece would be included in that is doing what you said you're gonna do by the time that you said you're gonna do it, even if someone else didn't tell you how you're supposed to be doing it. Now you may say, okay, Cal, this is really off board. Well, hear me out. Integrity is about you. It's not about others, how they tell you to do things. Meaning, even if you're flipping burgers, but you're doing that job impeccably, now you are living in integrity. But if you have asset, right, then you are breaking integrity with yourself. Okay? One piece of you is not whole and complete. Even if you're mopping the floor, and if you are not doing all the steps that you know should be done, just between you and yourself, you know the job is not complete, it's not impeccable, you are breaking integrity. Even if no one told you that these are the steps needs to be done. Just you by yourself knowing that there's a step that is missing, you could do something better, or you can have the job done better, and you don't do it, you're breaking integrity with yourself. Now, let's go a little bit deeper. Not so much, I promise I'm going to keep it up on the shallow waters, right? Newton's law says there's no two things could exist at the same place at the same time. Was that Newton? I don't know. But the point is, if you're having this marker and this marker is existing in this specific space at this specific time. I cannot put this marker in its place unless I take it out of the way, which now time went forward, right? Now I can put this in its place. Why am I sharing this with duh, Cal? Okay, great. What does that mean? Meaning, if you know that you're not doing the job the way it's supposed to, that being between you and yourself, you are not complete with specific tasks, that means there is something that's taking place in your space that is not complete, which means the universe doesn't like vacuum. If there are vacuum inside of you, that's something that you haven't done, then something else is going to take place. And usually that is it's negative thoughts about yourself, about others, and that's going to take you into drifting into places where away from your purpose. Let's put it this way. That's a different conversation for another time. But consider anytime you're not doing the job the way it's supposed to be done, between you and yourself, you're breaking integrity, which means you are creating space, a hole, a vacuum, where something negative is gonna come fill that vacuum, because universe doesn't like empty space. Okay? All right, stay with me. Let's go back up to the shallow waters. All right, so now, because we're human beings, we give a word, we have good intentions. Yes, I'll be there. I'm going to get it done. I'll deliver that report by tomorrow morning. Something happens at home, something happens in relationships, life just happens. And we are not able to keep our word. If you know that you're not able to keep your word, that's when you need to communicate. Communicate is like, hey, I know I promised that I'm going to deliver this by this time, and something came up, I won't be able to do so. However, here's my new promise, okay? So you'll be able to communicate ahead of time, saying that you won't be able to deliver, and when will you be able to deliver by, okay? That is how to avoid breaking your word. That's step number one. Step number 2, let's say if you don't communicate. Again, something happened, you forgot, it's not over, it's not the end of the world, okay? That's when we use, this is how you're able to restore integrity. How are you able to restore integrity? This is AIPI or AP, right? And this is how you do it. Oh, you need to see it? Okay, check this out. So step number 1, acknowledge. Acknowledge that you messed up. Hey, I acknowledge that I said I'm going to deliver the report by Wednesday, and I didn't. Simple as that. Take 100% responsibility. This is the most honorable thing a human being can do, is by just taking 100% responsibility regardless of how messed up you did. Okay? So, acknowledge. Take 100% responsibility. That's step number 1. Step number 2, state the impact or share what the impact this has been or this could have created on the other party. I acknowledge that I haven't delivered the report on Wednesday as I promised I did. And as a result, you probably start running around trying to get it done, bringing other teammates away from their jobs to get this report done so they can deliver to, to the boss, or to the investor or whoever that you're talking with, or to the tenants, right? And that could have been very frustrating for you. Emotions. This step is you want to be able to address the emotions that could have been generated out of you breaking integrity, okay? Out of you breaking integrity. What emotions could have caused this other parties, okay? Step number 3, make a promise. What promise could you make this won't happen in the future? What structure you can put in place so you make sure that this won't happen in the future? Will be something like that. In the future, I promise that I would put, let's say, a reminder on my calendar. I would have a plan B, another teammate that would be involved in this specific task. I don't know, whatever that is for you. But create a promise that is going to make sure that this won't happen in the future. Number 4, you want to declare or state the intention of the relationship. Because now, there is a broken relationship. It doesn't have to be broken, but at least there's one piece of that relationship, the one spoke that has been broken or bent. And that's when you need to state the intention of what relationship you want to create with that person. And that could sound like, because my intention is to have a teamwork relationship with you. My intention is to have a partnership with you. My intention is to have a successful business with you. My intention is because I want to have an awesome, fulfilling relationship with you. Whatever that relationship you want to create with that person, whether it's on a personal level or a business level, or within your work, within your department, whatever you are. Fair? All right, good. So let's wrap this whole thing up. Integrity, meaning you being whole, perfect, and complete. That is the definition of integrity. Without integrity, there's no relationship that's going to be sustained on the long term. Okay? You break integrity, you break relationship, you break trust, you break rapport, and you could lose opportunities, you could lose your job, and things won't be good for you. All right, on the long term. You restore integrity. Even that you break it, you restore it, you honor your word. You keep your word, you do what you said you're going to do by the time you're going to do it. Now you'll be able to attract, opportunities to yourself. You'll have credibility with people, and good things will happen to you. All right? So remember, this is not just a one-time thing. This is a habit that we're creating here. Integrity is through your word, again. Okay? What are the 3 components of you give your word? Okay, you accept. So first, someone asks you to do something, you need to think. If you don't have the answer, I was like, let me think about it. I'll get back to you by tomorrow if I can take this task on or not. Or if I can go to your party or no. Okay? So take your time. You don't have to give, answer right away. Okay? Many people, they do. And that's when they fall into that, I should have not said yes to that stupid meeting. Right? I don't suppose anybody has said that before. Okay? But then then you'll be able to, I'm going to have to call her. I'm going to call, John. I'm going to tell him, John, hey, look, I'm sorry. I said I'm going to come to that meeting. Something came up. I'm not able to make it. I apologize, but keep me posted for a future one. Hopefully I'm able to make it. All right? Done. I know that I'm not gonna be able to maintain it. I can communicate. That didn't happen. Oh, I'm not able to do this meeting. Well, oh well, okay. And then you didn't do anything about it. The meeting comes, you're not there. 2 days later, 3 days later, you see John, you feel bad. It's like, oh, something is missing. You're breaking that relationship. You approach John. Hey, John, I apologize. I didn't show up to the meeting. I said I will. I take 100% responsibility for it. I get that could have caused you like to, feel like, oh, I invited him. He didn't come. You were counting on me to be there. And I promise in the future, if this would happen, I will communicate ahead of time, or I would not accept the invitation from the first place, because I really want to, be cool with you. All right? Simple as that. Whatever your words are, don't use my words. Use your words. Use your persona. Don't make it weird, right? Just this is gonna be very simple. Boop, 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 done. All right? Don't make it over like analytical. I'm just sharing with you all the aspects that you can use from it, but please do not, use your own personality, okay? All right, so that's about integrity. Your assignment, my challenge to you is between next 30 days, okay, to look at your life. What areas in your life that you broke your word and you didn't honor your word, and clean that up. Do like a sweep. Just go through your life. Oh, you know what? I promised Linda that I'm gonna do this. I need to communicate with her. I talked to Marcus, and Marcus, last time, and I didn't. I said I'm gonna go join him for a beer, and I didn't. Just come over and just do these 4 steps. Okay, make it simple, make it cool. Don't make it overly complicated, and start cleaning up. If you have broken relationships with family that's been for years, look at one thing you can take responsibility for. Doesn't have to be everything. Don't apologize for the whole relationship, but look at one thing that you can take responsibility for and take responsibility for it. State the impact on that person. I promise you from my own experience, it will transform your life, and you'll feel lighter. You just feel lighter as a person. Your steps becomes much lighter. You feel more confident. You feel more at peace with yourself, because all of that space inside of you that's been filled with vacuum, with negative things, now you're just cleaning it up. You're getting it out. My experience with this, I had at times a broken relationship with my father. Okay. And I did this exercise with him, and I took 100% responsibility for one thing that I've done, which is blaming him, making him wrong for, his divorce with my mother. And I didn't talk to him for a couple of years. I avoided him, and as a result, that was missing in my life, and I get the impact on him, right? So I shared that with him. It's like, look, I apologize for making you wrong. For all these years, for these couple of years, I didn't talk to you. I get the impact on you that caused you to feel like I don't care for you and I don't love you, right? As a result, you felt alone. I promise that I would like to meet with you at least, once a week or once a month. Just have a bite to eat and play a game of chess, because my intention is to have a harmonious relationship with you, or a loving, relationship with you. All right, and as a result, I promise you, this just transformed the relationship that I have with my father, and I'm just like, I felt like it took a lot to do it. I'm not gonna lie to you, but the more invested you are in a relationship, the more the rewards would be. Okay, now this is personal for me. In your case, it could be as simple as, talking about a report that you didn't submit on time, all right? So it could be as simple as that. But look at your life. The deeper you dig, the more rewards you'll get. Always remember that. The more invested you are in something, the more rewards you get. And the more uncomfortable this conversation is, the more rewards you're gonna get. If you're looking at your life right now and your life is not where you are, where you want it to be, consider there are a lot of broken relationships. There are integrity that's missing in your relationships. And my challenge to you as your fearless transformation coach and trainer is to go out there, clean it up. Use a simple model. If you need any help with this, reach out to me, comment on the link below, whatever that is, and I'll be able to help you. And please share your wins with me. Okay, that's what I do. What I do is I love to see these wins. You know, tell me if it worked, and even tell me if it doesn't work, right? So how can we make it better? So share with me what your results were, and I look forward to reading them, to get your victories, to hear about your victories, and celebrate with you. And please, once you're done with this, go celebrate. Do something nice to yourself, because that takes courage. It's leaders, they don't do something out of comfort, okay? They do things out of discomfort. So anytime you feel you're comfortable, know that you're being stagnant. And stagnation is a fertile soil for negativity. There. Fair? All right, good. So go out there, clean relationships, and I look forward to hearing your victories. Until then, always be fearless and always be growing. Cheers.